Welcome to Barnstable Today. I'm Nick Cortez. The Barnstable Senior Center this past Friday celebrated the one-year anniversary of its involvement with the Brown Bag Program. Administered by the Greater Boston Food Bank, the Brown Bag Program has helped hundreds of low-income seniors in Barnstable with a monthly delivery of a bag full of nutritious grocery items. The effort here in Barnstable is led by Senior Services Outreach Coordinator Claudia Borden and a team of dedicated volunteers who, for the past year, have gathered on the first Friday of each month to unload, organize, and bag up a truckload of food for delivery. We took a trip over to the Senior Center to take a look at the brown bag operation a year later and to lend a hand ourselves. But before we rolled up our sleeves, Senior Services Director Madeline Taylor gave us some great information about the program and its community impact. So we're here today, Maddie. Explain to us what's going on. Obviously, the first anniversary of the Brown Bag Program. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, Nick, it's the first Friday of the month, and as you know, every Friday is always a lively day at the Senior Centre, but particularly the first Friday. This is the day that we do our Brown Bag Program, and we're here because we're celebrating 1 year, which is hard to believe how time has flown by. And I know you're going to talk to Claudia in a little bit, and really Claudia is the person who is the reason that we have this program. She worked with the Greater Boston Food Bank. She persisted with them to get a commitment from them to offer this program to not just Barnstable, but to the Cape, and it took her a long time to get a commitment from them. But Barnstable is the 13th community in the state to be added into this brown bag program. And what it is, it's a program that offers a supplemental bag of food once a month, and it's primarily targeted for seniors. And what this has allowed us to do is offer a big bag of food, and you're going to see what exactly is in the bag in a little bit, but this bag that the seniors get, it's considerable in what is in it. Each month it typically has, there's some meat product, there's fruit, there's vegetables, canned goods, pasta. I mean, it really is a supplemental, highly nutritious bag of food, and as we know, times have been very tough with the economy, and particularly for many of our seniors, and this program allows us to really help them in a way that doesn't cost us anything, because really we're providing the manpower, and that's from our terrific volunteers that we have, and the food is donated to the Greater Boston Food Bank, so it's no cost to us. So when you look at it's a win-win situation for us to be able to offer a new program when the economy has been so difficult the last few years, and to be able to provide such a service to our seniors.
What has the relationship been like with the Boston Food Bank and the Senior Center here? How does that all work, and has it been functioning pretty well?
Yeah, it's been fabulous, and Claudia will, she deals more directly with them as our brown bag coordinator here in Barnstable. I think for her the biggest challenge was to get the commitment from them, and once we were able to receive that, because they don't want to make a commitment to a community that they can't sustain, and they were going through a huge capital campaign in Boston at the time to build a new facility, so it took them a while to get that. But she and other people from the Cape really spoke to the need. There's always been this issue where people think that when you live on Cape Cod that we're all well-to-do and we don't really have any needs, and it couldn't be further from the truth for a lot of the people that live here. So she really got that message across to them and to the board, and we've had a very satisfactory working relationship with them, and they are extremely pleased at how the program has run, and they have actually come down and monitored the site at times, and they were very impressed, because I know when they came this time last year, the first day we did it was a whole new thing for us to try and figure out how we were going to assemble all this food, and it was just many hands make light work. It was just, we had this sort of assembly line. It was almost like being in a manufacturing plant, but we had it done in maybe 2 hours, and this is food for 200 people that comes in all separate, and we had to bag it. So you'll see how it runs. It's a very, very smooth process, and one of the great things about it is the volunteers who've been with us from the beginning are still with us. We get new people that want to come in and help, and we have to say we already have enough volunteers. It's that we don't need any help. It's a great problem to have, and another nice touch is that some of the folks that volunteer are people who actually receive the bag, so it's really nice that it's their way of giving back, so it's a feel-good program. As you know, we love all that touchy-feely stuff over here, but it's one of those heartwarming things that you see the gratitude of the people that can actually come in and pick up the bag, how grateful they are, and then for the folks that are homebound, we deliver the bag to them, so they obviously are very,
Obviously, great community impact, and you have that connection, too, with folks who can't get out of the house, somebody coming and paying them a visit.
Yeah,
too.
absolutely. And that's a huge part. That's a huge part of this, is staying connected. For a lot of these folks, as we talk about people who get Meals on Wheels each day, when that person goes to deliver that food to them, it may really be the only human contact they have in a course of a day. So, you do develop bonds with these people, and it's nice. They look forward to that once-a-month visit from, the volunteer who's bringing the food, and it helps us stay in touch with people out there in the community who can't always get to the senior centre.
After we talked with Maddie, it was time to get to work, unloading a truck full of healthy foods like carrots, celery, oatmeal, pita chips, and a lot more. Once we were done, we had a chance to talk with Claudia Borden, who keeps the whole operation running smoothly. Well, I've taken off the jacket. I'm a little bit sweaty because, as you've seen, we just unloaded a big truck full of food for the 1-year anniversary delivery of the Brown Bag program here at the Barnstable Senior Center. And here's the woman who has been barking orders, but she's still a very delightful woman, Claudia Borden. Claudia, thanks for being with us.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you guys could come. We've been doing this for a year. We have it down. Everybody knows what they're doing. It's an amazing process. We get out about almost 300 bags in less than 2 hours. It's amazing.
Yeah, everything really sprung to life pretty fast here, and everybody seems to know exactly what they need to get done here.
Absolutely. They know as soon as the truck comes here, they all sort of man their stations and get ready. In about 10 minutes after, we're going to do a little ceremony. I'm going to give them a little thank you gifts. But after that, then we start filling the bags. And it's all just a matter of one in, and next thing you know, we have 200 bags filled.
Well, Claudia, Madeline told us that you could tell us a little bit about how the relationship was fostered with the Boston Food Bank and how we were able to take advantage of this program here on Cape Cod.
Yeah, about two and a half years ago, I went over to a workshop at Barnstable Housing, and I noticed that they had this small food distribution program. And talking to Maria, she said it was just for Barnstable Housing. Well, I called the Greater Boston Food Bank and said, what about the rest of my town? It's great that you're doing it at the Housing Authority, but I've got people in the community that are hungry, that we absolutely need to do this. So after nagging and driving them crazy for about a year and a half, they finally agreed. And so we started the program a year ago in November, our very first one. It was rough. We had to find a warehouse that would accept the deliveries because the food was so massive, as you can see. We couldn't take it right here. So the Harwich Food Pantry said, use our warehouse. And then Yarmouth said, well, what about us? So we got Yarmouth involved in it too. So now 2 towns on the Cape have this food distribution program. And we go over to Harwich, we pick up the food, we bulk it all over there. I have different volunteers. Some of them are here, but some of them just help on that part. We bring it all over here, we distribute it, we get it out, we put it in the bags. Between 12 and 2, they come pick it up. By 3 o'clock, we're done. It's amazing.
So talk about the community impact a little bit, because obviously this helps out a couple of hundred people, even more than that.
Yeah, we do. If you count Barnstable Housing, it's about 300 people in the town. We have 75 more slots. So if anybody's watching this and thinks they can join, it is the once again, busy. All right, but it is, the qualifications are fuel assistance, food stamps, Mass Health. If you're eligible for any of those programs and you're a senior, you're eligible for this program. So we've got about 75 of them. But also, we do home delivery. For people who are in their home and can't drive or don't get out, we deliver to them. We have about 30 people that we do home deliveries for. So also, it's just it's an addition at the end of the month when your Social Security is almost gone and you have no money left. Look at this food. I mean, this is wonderful. It's at least 3 or 4 meals for an average senior. It's going to get you over that end of the month poverty, just with a little extra food. It's great.
It's quite an operation. It's a great program. Congratulations on a year.
Thank you.
And I know
many
you're
more.
busy.
Yeah.
We'll let you get back to work.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay. As you heard there, the Senior Center is looking to grow the Brown Bag program in the coming year. If you know a senior who might qualify, call the Senior Center at 508-862-4750. Well, that's all for now. I'm Nick Cortez, and we'll see you next time on Barnstable Today.